Hey, what's up DIYers? Mike Borders with the Mike Borders channel. Thank you for watching. We are going to build a Craftsman 6-foot workbench. I am so excited about this. Let's get started. All right, DIYers, in front of us is the 6-foot long Craftsman workbench. Here is the number, as you can see right there. And made in the USA with global materials and registered trademark at Stanley Black & Decker Incorporated. Here's some additional information you may find helpful. We are going to open it up and assemble it just by cutting the tie straps and opening up the box. Here it is so far. That Craftsman shiny red. Let's go ahead and continue pulling everything out. Here's everything out of the box, and I count 8 pieces, including the table, minus all the hardware, and set the box aside. Instructions, let's go ahead and open those, open up the hardware, and get started. I shifted the wood table aside, and I'm using it to organize my hardware. Verify all your parts are here. I went over every single part, every inch, and verified no scratches, no dings, no dents, and they were in perfect condition. Craftsman did not let me down. And step number 1, referencing the pictorial image here, I'm going to grab the leveling feet, and I have repositioned the side panels as shown here, and I'm going to screw in the leveling feet, and you'll know you're screwing it into the right thing when you have these lower plates here that they screw into. All 4 leveling feet have been screwed in. Just hand tighten them at this point. You will adjust those after the bench is completely built. Back to the instructions. Place workbench top on ground with coated side down. There is a coated side to that wood. There is an uncoated side. Coated side down, in our case on the carpet, that will be the top. We are going to position the parts as shown in the pictorial image. And when figuring out which side is the coated side, it will have a much more durable, clear coat finish to it. And in our case, the wood will be a lot lighter. This is the underside or backside, uncoated, and a lot of dark wood. And again, I referenced the image, and I have set it up exactly how it is in the instructions. I've got a 7/16 socket and ratchet, and the bolt is going to go through the holes. The washer and nut will secure it on the back side, and the instructions say hand tighten only for now. At this point, 8 bolts, washers, and nuts are hand tightened. And as far as these rails, this is important. The notches are on the top and facing in basically, and the flanges are also facing inward. Back to the instructions, we are now going to attach the remaining rail as well as the crossbar with the additional bolts, washers, and nuts. This next step can be awfully tricky with one person. If you have a second person, awesome. However, I don't at the moment. And here's how I'm doing this third rail. Got to add a slant, and I have inserted 1 bolt, fed it all the way through, added the washer, and screwed on the nut slightly. I will now do the left side. Crossbar next, at an angle, come in and shift it into place. Crossbar is shifted in place, and the bolts, washers, and nuts have been hand tightened. And here is a view of how it is supposed to be installed per the instructions. As we tighten all these 7/16 nuts, I'm going to grab my Craftsman level, and I want to verify as I tighten this whole thing down, it is level. And real quick, the third rail, the flanges should be pointing out, and the notch on the top. Back to the instructions, and we are now going to position the frame assembly on the workbench as desired. And Craftsman has set forth some very important restrictions. The back of the workbench frame must be at least 1 1/2 inches or 38 millimeters from the back of the workbench top, and that is to assist in the proper balance, sturdiness, and safety of the table when it's standing and built. So what I've done was position the entire frame 1 1/2 from the back and exactly 1 inch on each side. And I want it as far back as I can because I'm going to install a vise. So again, 1 inches on each side and 1 1/2 along the entire back side. From here, we are going to mark all of our drill points, and we are going to drill with a 1/8 bit and a 1/2 inch deep. I measured a 1/2 inch from the tip, applied some painter's tape, so as I drill into the wood, once it gets to the painter's tape, I will stop drilling. Go ahead and grab a pen, pencil, marker, whatever you want to use to make your markings, and there are 8 oval areas that you are going to make your markings. All I'm doing is making a small little dot in the center of each oval. And again, when it comes time to drill your pilot holes, a 1/8 inch drill bit size and the instructions state remove your entire metal frame off the wood bench to give you better access to drill your pilot holes. Time to drill. Got my Craftsman drill set that my parents bought me for Christmas. Absolutely love this. And there is absolutely no reason to rush this. Go and set the tip of the drill bit on your marking. Apply just a little bit of friendly pressure to create an indent in the wood, and that will alleviate the drill bit from wandering or sliding or slipping once you engage the trigger. No reason to rush it. 1/2 inch deep. I'll continue and drill the remaining 7 holes. At this point, all 8 pilot holes have been drilled. And again, no need to rush it. From here, I will just vacuum up all the wood shavings. I've replaced the metal frame on the wood bench and aligned all the holes, made my measurements, again 1 1/2 inch from the back, 1 inch on each side. And now we are going to secure the metal frame to the wood bench with the 8 screws, and these are 3/8 size. I'm going to use an extension socket and ratchet. I'll get them started by hand and apply some friendly pressure. And from here, I'll screw them all in tight. I switched to a short socket as opposed to the deep socket, and I removed the extension to give me better clearance underneath this flange. Make sure they go in straight. All 8 screws are secured. That wood bench is solidly secured to the metal frame. From here, we'll tip the bench upright and install the backsplash. Bench is now upright, and it is time to install that backsplash. And same thing, we're using the exact same 1/8 drill bit, drilled 1/2 inch deep, and there are 5 oval openings. I put that backsplash into position, and it is such a perfect fit, edge to edge. And time to drill. I'm not going to bore you with that. However, the only difference really is you're drilling up as opposed to down in the previous steps. Finished product. And I think the hardest part was just drilling and securing all those screws. Other than that, a pretty friendly DIY project to build an awesome 6-foot bench for your projects. They do make drawers that actually go in here. They are sold separately. We did buy those. We are going to make a separate video assembling the drawers and installing it on this workbench, and we will show you the end result. However, the backsplash looks like that when it's all complete. And it should be basically flush on each side. Starting to pile up the workbench, and again, those leveling feet down below are to ensure that whatever floor you put this bench on, you can level it. As promised, DIYers, here's the end result. I've got the vise installed. I've got the new drawers on the right-hand side. And all of this was a friendly DIY project, and everything lined up perfect. Craftsman, again, did not let me down. And I just wanted to show you that. We are very satisfied, very pleased, looking forward to filling this with tools and continuing our DIY projects on top of this bench. From here, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching. And again, down below in the comment section as well as description section are links on how to install that vise and assemble these drawers. And these are soft closing. We love it.